Yeah. Basically, we will. This is to give just a brief overview or introduction about how we can do the unit testing of the Python module, or with the help of unit test is the module name that we are going to use it over here. Basically, unit test is some uh, to give that information about unit testing. For example, whenever the developer is doing a software development, once it is done to some level, he can do the testing that each and every. For example, we are writing functions, we are writing a class with member functions and different member functions we have. We just wanted to validate each and every member function works fine with the uh, defined arguments, whether it is works fine or not. It is a kind of a validating our software development by the developer is called unit testing basically over here. We can define something like the unit test is a broad term, something we can have something like for example, we have an we take that Android mobile phone. If suppose we wanted to do the unit testing for the Android mobile phone, then we will do something kind of whether speaker is working, whether else display is working, or whether uh, we can able to make the call, or something like this kind of a different unit level testing that we can able to do. Similar way, for our each every software development, we can do every functions present in our module that can be validated uh, during the development, which is called an unit testing basically. Unit test is the Python module which is based on JUnit, and it has major test frameworks in other languages as well. It The unit test is the one which comes along with the Python as a standalone module. We no need to install any additional packages for this unit test. Basically, it supports different things like a test automation, sharing of setup and shutdown codes, and something like aggregation or collection. It kind of a different test suits creations. All those things we can able to do with the unit test, and it something like it provides a flexibility like which is the reporting mechanism is independent of the test cases. Yeah, over here. For example, we can take a uh, we can take an unit test in an object oriented way, which is something we can say, yeah, fixtures, something like in order to do the testing, we have to collect all the necessary things needed to start the testing, which is called fixtures, which is preparation need to perform one or more test cases, and which is called text fixtures in case of over here. And test case is the individual unit of testing. It's something like individual unit test, individual member or individual functions test cases testing basically. And if suppose we have test suite, which means something like a collection of test cases, various test cases, it can be collected and aggregated in a a single test. If suppose we run that test suite, it does basically that collection of test cases, and it updates with the test results basically over here. And we have the test runner, which is something like a component with orchestras that which executes multiple tasks and provide outcome of the task basically over here. Yeah, that we will see a simple sample that whether we have whether we can able to check our yeah. Yes, any doubts, Kalyan? Okay, okay, yeah, that we can able to we can start with that developing a simple sample test cases over here that I did. I'm yeah. In case to test, I'm going to do something like I'm going to import unit test over here, and then we can do I wanted to do the division, simple division of numbers that I'm going to do something like class test division, and it should be the test division should be the child class of test cases basically. That for that we need to use unit test dot test case. Yeah, test case over here, and once it is done we can add some of the test cases. For example, we can add something like test whether it is a zero or not, something for I'm going to check that whether it is at zero or not over here. Yeah. Sorry, are we going to get certificate for this session? You are asking? Hello, Anku. Sorry, this maybe we can discuss once that done. Yeah. Test is zero. For example, I'm going to check self dot assert uh, assert equal whether 2 uh, mod 2 equals 0 or not. If suppose if it is true, then the test cases is paused, and if it is a false, then the test cases is this is basically that whenever we do self dot assert equals, this is the uh, test case, and what is the expected is over here, and 2 mod 2 we should get 0 in for the in case of a successful test case. If suppose I'm going to give 1, then it is a false test case, and we should not get 2 mod 2 uh, 2 mod for example 2 modulus of 2 will should give the output of 0. Yes, that is expected that we are going to see over here. And the same way that I'm going to do something like test is true of self over here, and self dot assert equal, and I'm going to do 2 divided by 2 divided by 1, whether it is equals to 2 or not. 2 divided by 1 equals 2 or not. It should be true basically over here, and I'm going to check def test is false over here, and self dot assert equal, maybe I'm going to do 2 divided by 1 equals 10. This is something kind of a false statement which I'm going to do. Once it is done, I'm going to do something like if underscore name equals main unit test dot main. I'm going to call this main over here. Typo on second. Yeah, yes. Thank you. Over here. And I'm going to save this file. Maybe I'm going to save this into projects, and then meetup, the meetup 3005. Maybe I'm going to do test1, test1.py. For example, if we run this, sorry, I'm going to run this test case. Oh. Missing second argument. It's something like we can do do that whether it is true or it's something like false over here, so that we will see. Yeah, we ran 3 test cases now, all are okay. For example, if suppose 2 divided by 1 equals 2, I'm going to check whether it should be a false. Yeah, over here. And if suppose we run this test cases, we have the test case of failure 1, 2 divided by 1 equals 2 is true, but the thing is we are checking with the false, which means that the test case is failure over here. Yes. And this is to get started with the simple test cases. And for example, is this fine? How we are going to do the test? How we are going to create the test cases? For example, this test division currently has 3 test cases. Whether it is test is 0 or test is true or test is false. For example, 2 divided by 1 equals 2 is true or not, that we are checking. And in case of test is false, whether it is false or not, for the whatever be the test case, that it should whether it returns false or not, that we are checking over here, which means 2 divided by 1 equals 0, which is an false condition. We are getting the false, both are for the output result also false and expected result also a false. Then these test cases get passed over here, and in the test 0 we have an 2 divided by 2 over here, and which means that 2 modulus of 2 will provide the output of 0, which we are getting 2 modulus 2 as zeros. That's why we are getting all the 3 test cases are uh, runs fine, and we does not come across any failure cases. For example, this is we have given uh, simple how we can get started with the unit testing. For example, in case of we have an uh, we can uh, we can define something like import sys, and then I'm going to define a function find big. It's to it is to get that whether which one is bigger and which one is smaller, basically to get that find the bigger number is over here. A comma, I'm going to give find a comma b over here, and for example I'm going to give if a less than b, then I'm going to return it is a false. And in case of if else, return true over here. This is to find big. Yeah, find big. I just saved over here. For example, we wanted to validate this module, this simple function with our test cases. Maybe we can write another test case, import unit test over here, and then once it is done, maybe we are going to check class test bigger, which involves unit test dot test case that should be added, test case. In that, maybe we can check for example, we can check whether it is a bigger or not. For that I'm going to do test is bigger of self over here, and in that, for in order to use this, I'm going to import find big into the, sorry, not the find bug, it's find big. I'm going to import that this module, the find big.py, into the test case development. Once it is done, maybe we can do that self dot assert equal, and we can do find big, find big dot find big of something like I'm going to give 10 comma 5. It has to return true. 10 is bigger, we have to get that value of true over here. In case of test is smaller of self dot assert equal, then find big comma find big, sorry, find big dot find big. Maybe I'm going to give 23 and 45. This should return a false value over here. That maybe we can copy this. Yeah, this I'm going to save this as a test2.py. Now we can recheck find big, which we are checking the bigger number 10 should be a bigger the find big should give the output of true since A is bigger than B, and find big should return false since A is lesser than B over here. That we will check it over here. Yeah, sorry. Run. I just saved this meetup 3005 and this one meetup 3005 over here, and mm, find big um, the find no, we no need to create a uh, typo second asset equal. Okay. Assert self dot asset equal over here. This should be fine. Uh, yeah. Uh, this should be test is 0 and import find big dot py and find big over here, and mm, I'm going to do I'm going to check any exception is occurring over here. Mm, except exception print getting exception over here, and now maybe we can run this, run the test cases. It was fine, and okay, test self dot assert equals maybe I there is any spelling mistake. Unit test dot test case. Okay, this also unit test dot test case over here, and then test Yeah, sorry, this should be, yeah, yeah, yeah. Basically, that the in order for the test, we should have that the function and the test cases should start with test underscore is the which has been taken as a test case for that unit test over here. The function should start with the small test underscore is the format for the test cases over here that we just created, and now it runs that we are checking, and we run two test cases, both are fine, that we got the output over here. The similar way, for example, um, we can do that something, like in case of we wanted to test some of the things, something like um, uh, the systems, whether it contains the CPU count. For example, we wanted to run our, we are checking with that whether the CPU count is lesser or not. For that, maybe we can do import ps util over here, and maybe we can that we can add it as like another one, and uh, for example, then we can give the test defined test is equal of self over here, and self dot assert equal, then find big dot find big of, maybe we can give 45 and 45. Then we should expect the 45 slash 45, which is not a lesser 45 is not less than A is not less than B. The same way A is not greater than B. In that case, from with respect to that, uh, we are checking the bigger. Because of that, we should get the output false. Basically, over here, we should get the out since our test case is to check whether it is bigger or not. We are checking is equals should return false, because our test case, our test plan is to find the bigger number. In case of both are equal, then it should return it should return false, so that both it can be, it is not greater. Basically, over here it's not bigger than B, that we will say check now. Yeah, we got that true. For example, in our module that we have did over here, A less than B equals return false over here. That because of that, it we checked for A less than B. Because of that, it returns true. Because A less than 45 less than 45, it's not comes here, it comes else condition and it goes true. If suppose I am going to change this A greater than B, and it will return true, and in case of either condition, it will return false over here. Now, if suppose we run the test cases again, now we got success with the 3 test cases basically. Yeah, which something that we can create a test case for our own module, and we can add that we can verify that our module in the unit testing level itself. Yeah. Okay. Is it fine? Yes.
Here, is this test suite is only for Python based APIs, or will it be used for to test C based APIs also?
No, this is basically for Python based APIs. It's unit test is the Python module which is used to validate the Python validate the another Python module basically.
Okay, so is there any module like unit test which will be used to validate the other application APIs, other programming languages like C, C++ APIs?
Yes, we have an the similar way we have an test suite, Google test suite available, which can be used as we discussed something like there is a JUnit which can be used for various other languages to test, and we can also use the Google test source code, and that can be used to validate C and C++ application as well. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And we done with that sample, and we have, for example, if suppose we wanted to validate something like upper cases or lower cases or anything, something like that, we can do that. For example, I'm going to do uh, similar to find big. Maybe we can use we can create an another function like define something like a string upper. The whether the string is uppercase or lowercase, that we can able to check with the we can use this function to this function is to is used to validate whether the string is upper or not. Maybe I am writing this function uh, and then print exception on string is upper over here. And in order to test whether the string is upper or not, we can use the method called string.upper, that we can use something like for example, whether it is a whether it is a uppercase or lowercase, that we can able to do that with the help of return. I'm going to do return a dot is up, sorry, is upper over here, and maybe we can do that with the test case. Define test underscore is upper of self over here, and self dot assert equal find big, sorry, find big dot the function string is upper, string is upper over here, and I'm going to do maybe Harry is the test case. I'm going to give it should return true over here, and maybe we can do def test underscore is a lawyer of self over here, and maybe we can use self dot assert equal find big dot string is upper, maybe navy over here, and it should be a false, because that this is not a upper string, uppercase string. This is a lowercase string. It should return false. It is a uppercase string. It should return true. That whenever if suppose we run this application, we ran that 5 test cases and we got the output okay. For example, we can check a combined one. For example, def test is combined of self over here and maybe self dot assert equal, then find big dot string is upper, sorry, and then I'm going to do mixed of information. Then also we should get a false output over here. Since we have the uppercase, some of the thing are upper cases and some of the thing are lower cases, then we can able to get the false. Is upper should return false basically. Yeah, this is it contains lower cases, and we ran 6 test cases and all are okay with the outputs basically over here. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Then maybe we can use the other test cases. For example, we can we have the PS util is the another one that, for example, we can use import PS util. PS util which provides that complete system information. For example, we can use PS util dot maybe we can use CPU percent over here, which provides the current CPU percentage. In case if suppose we wanted to test and confirm whether the CPU percentage is going beyond that, that we can able to test with that. For example, I am going to create another one, and I'm going to do import unit test over here, and then import PS util over here, and class test system info over here, and unit test dot test case, and I'm going to do the test. Copy this two. Yeah, here we are going to do PS test is CPU is high CPU. Whether we are checking whether current CPU usage is higher or not. The CPU usage is higher or not, that we can check it over here. For that, self dot assert equals something like I'm going to check, for example, PS util dot, maybe we can test3.py. Yeah. Uh, Maybe I'm going, sorry for, I got a call, some important. I'm going to create functions over here, PS util, and define, I'm going to get the CPU percentage, CPU percentage over here, and inside that, maybe I'm going to do return uh, maybe if PS uh, percent equals PS util dot CPU percent over here, and if uh, percent less than, uh, I'm going to check is high CPU usage. Maybe I have defined something like if it is goes beyond 90, if it is less than 90, it's not a high CPU usage, it's a normal usage that I'm going to do. The high CPU usage, I'm going to do return false over here, and else I'm going to do return true. In case of high CPU, I'm going to do that over here, which provides whether we can test whether the our CPU, what is the current CPU level over here. PS, maybe I can do PS test over here, and in this, maybe I'm going to import PS test, and then I'm going to check PS test dot something like is high CPU usage over here, it should be a false one that we can able to validate that now. Uh, Sorry, we got the percent less than nine. I suppose percent less than 90, we should get written false over here, and here we are getting the test case output as true in case of a PS high usage. Maybe the current usage, and maybe I'm going to print that current usage over here. Sorry. Print percent, that we will check str string of percent, and whenever we run this, yeah, we ran that test case and we got the uh, output as 0.00. The CPU utilization, PS util, and PS util dot CPU and underscore percent over here, which is 25.8. PS util underscore CPU percent over here, and I'm going to print directly now. 0. Uh, Check the written data. No, actually that we have written if percent less than 90, it should return false. And P or ES percent of 0.00, it's something like CPU underscore uh, psutil dot CPU underscore percent. That gives CPU underscore percent gives 25.8 over here, and this one gives maybe I'm going to do float of it's run the test case, it is fine, but the thing is it was not giving the proper output over here. That we can ps test.py. Inside that ps test dot is high CPU usage of I'm going to do something like this. Maybe I'm having going to give the percent over here. The CPU percent is which is higher than a 90, then it should return false over here. Yeah, 90.0. Yeah, it ran one test case, and maybe we can define that the CPU percentage, which is a high CPU percentage, that we can able to pass that information, and we can get the output over here. And instead of that, I'm going to do 0.00. Since we have not used import sys, we does not need that import sys or OS anything over here. For example, that we are validating here in the console something like import ps util and then ps percent equals ps util util dot cpu underscore percent over here, and then print of percent that gives 22.5 is the output over here that we are getting. And but the thing is this one does not gives that percent. uh, this one is comes like 0 while we print, but we confirmed that this was working fine over here, and maybe I can do that. Percent, is there anything spelling mistake or it comes 0.00. It looks I'm going to try it over here, maybe comment it and try directly. I'm going to try import ps util and then copy this and then copy. This was fine, but the thing is it was not coming. Maybe mm, 0.00 like that it was coming. Maybe yeah, okay, this like that yeah, I agree with you that this deviates little, and maybe we shall continue focus on that our sample. Like that, maybe we can write the test cases accordingly to with respect to our module, and we have the option something like uh, for example, that we can create a different test cases, and instead of that, if suppose we wanted to create a test suite of application, and for example that we can import whatever be the things that we needed and we can add that. For example, I wanted to create a test suite. For example, file new, and currently we did three test cases over here, something like a test cases. Uh, sorry. Yeah. Maybe, yeah, 1 second, I can check. CPU per CPU equals false. Interval equals 1. Yeah, that maybe we can add up an interval and maybe we can get that CPU percentage accordingly that we will test. Now we can move forward with the test suite. For that we have option something like a unit test, and I'm going to uh, import unit test over here, and then I'm going to do the import for example test one. We did a different test cases. For example, the test one is to validate that the test division functionality, and we have the test two is to validate whether it is a bigger number or smaller number, and we did a test cases three, which is something like whether it is a high CPU or low CPU. That we did three test cases over here. Three test suits, one with the uh, divisions, something like this does that with the three test cases, it's zero, true, or false, kind of a division test cases. And we have the test two, which is something like a bigger, smaller, equal, upper, lower, or combined one. All those things, it has that the test cases the similar way. The test three includes something like test three includes something like the test system info. For example, I'm going to do from import sorry, from test1, I'm going to import something like test division over here in order to create a test suite of test suites basically over here. Test1 and test2, I'm going to import test big. Test big, I'm going to import over here, and from test3, I'm going to import test sysinfo, test system info over here. Test system info over here, and once it is done, maybe we can define a test suite accordingly. For that, we can create something like a function, which is something like a define suite, and then we can add the suite equals, we have unit test dot test suite over here, and once it is done, maybe we can add that every test cases over here, something like a suite dot add test of test division, test division over here, and then sorry, we have an suite dot add test big of bigger or smaller over here, suite dot add test system info of info over here, and once it is done, maybe I'm going to do the run that if underscore main equals, sorry, main equals underscore main over here. Yeah, here we are going to create a test suite runner over here with the help of a text test runner over here. Runner equals unit test dot text test runner. Sorry, I think I wanted to confirm this. Import unit test dot text test runner over here, text test runner, and then runner dot run the suite. Oh, yeah, runner dot run suite, which is something like that. It's going to execute that function. That over here, I'm going to do test4 over here. I just saved that as a test4, and yeah, runner dot run over here, and I'm going to execute this. Unit test, there is a spelling mistake. Yeah. Sorry. Yes. I'm going to do test underscore suit, and I'm going to execute this. Test underscore suit takes 0 positional argument, but 1 was given. I think return suit. Yeah. Okay. I have to give the functions here to run the function. Yeah. Test division has no no attribute like a division that we can able to execute. For example, I wanted to do the test case. For example, something like test 1, I wanted to do test is 0. I'm going to run is 0 over here, and the test 2, it's something like is bigger, and I'm going to do something like uh, yeah. A similar way, the test 3, I have that test is high CPU that I'm going to do it over here, and we have none type is test of result that we can able to provide something like uh, we got the output. Sorry. Yes. Sorry, we have to return this suit over here, so that that suit will be the return function of that. Yeah, basically here we ran the suit of 3 test cases and we got the output over here. For example, the same way we can run that multiple test cases from various we can define that the test cases in various things, and we can create that collection or suite of test cases with the help of the test runner and test suite, and we can add our own test cases over here with the suite. For example, I'm going to add another one over here, suite dot add test, something like a test division with the help of the test1.py, which contains test is true over here, and then that we can able to validate over here. Sorry, yes, I need to add one more brace. Yeah, we run four test cases and 4 all fine. The similar way we can do that, which test cases should come. For example, if suppose we have multiple unit test cases, which we did it for different modules, that can be integrated and created like a test collection or test suite with the help of uh, uh, test runner and test suite member function of the unit test basically over here. Yes. Yeah. And then we have the option something like we can skip the test cases if suppose we wanted to skip uh, uh, skip that in case depends upon that situation, something like we can have we can use the method called uh, you can use the method called at unit test dot skip, that we can do that with the uh, information skip of simple skip over here. And if suppose we did it something like a unit test, we have given in the test suite, for example, I did a unit test dot skip, and I'm going to run this test case over here. And currently it has 3 test cases, and it runs 2 and 1 is skipped over here. It's something like we skipped this while running that, this test case got skipped over here. The similar way in the test suite, if the test case is marked as skipped, then it won't get executed. That that particular test case will be skipped from the execution basically. When is that when this skipping is uh, it's something we can say that if for example one release to another release, we found something like this functionality is not present, but we developed the test cases for that functionality. In the real time, that functionality is not available, but uh, uh, but we have the test cases for that, so that we can skip the test case in the real time. The another thing is something like for example, um, whenever we are upgrading our softwares or downgrading our softwares something, and we wanted to use the same test case for both softwares. In that case, for example, some of the functionality will not be available, that we can able to skip for that particular one. For example, we developed two application. For example, um, in case if suppose we wanted to do that the software testing. For example, we have the software for two things, something like a evaluation software and licensed software. For example, whenever we wanted to do the evaluation software, that we no need to check complete test case, some complete licensing information, all those things. That test cases we can able to we can skip that. And in case of a licensed one, that we can whenever we are validating the licensed one, we have to add those test cases. It depends upon that scenario, that we can skip the test cases accordingly. Yeah, is it fine? Basically, that skipping that test case is something like that functionality may not be the functionality may not be available. Uh, that particular functionality may not be available, or something like at that case that functionality is not present, like something like that. We can use that skipping the test cases. Yeah, this the uh, In the unit test, there is no conditional. There is some kind of a conditional skipping is available. Something like, for example, if suppose here we have an option, it's something like we can use the at unit test skip if variable less than 0. For example, that if in case of that variable is less than 0, then only that particular condition will be get skipped over here. For example, maybe we can add this. I'm going to define variable 1 equals 10, and we can say that maybe I can do variable equals 10, and maybe I'm going to do something like at unit test dot skip if variable less than less than 5. And we can have conditional skipping over here. And if suppose I'm going to execute this test, there is a spelling mistake. Unit test dot skip var variable 1. Yes. We got something like a three test cases. In that, only one test case got skipped over here. And if suppose I'm going to define this variable 1 as 4, and if suppose I'm going to run this again, we got the two test cases are skipped because we are checking that test conditions something something variable 1 is less than 5, then it will be skip only if that particular condition is matched, then only we will do the skipping. Like that we can do the conditional skipping of the test cases over here. And similar way we can do that something like expected failure, that for example, if suppose we wanted we knows that this particular maybe because of this expected failure, that maybe we can add something like this, and I'm going to define def test is expected of self over here, and self dot assert equal to equals to is false. I'm going to define over here, and then this should return one test case should be failed. Failure is here failure is 1. The test case is something like 2 equal to 2. That particular test case is the test underscore is expected is the failure 1. In that case, I am going to add something like a expected failure at unit test dot expected failure over here. I just defined that expected failure, and whenever we run this, it's something like we run 4 test cases and it skipped 2 because of that. One is conditional skip, one is always skipping, and another one is expected failure that we did not get the failed test case because we defined that particular test case as a gets failed is already expected. Because of that, it does not consider that particular test case is failure test case basically over here. Okay. Yeah. Is it fine? And yeah, this one we have that we have that done over here. That maybe we can yeah, it's something like we can, for example, that we can create a for example, in order to unit, for the for unit testing of the basically that the software development will happen module by module over there, and whenever the developer develops that module by module, that can be validated, that can be validated with the unit test cases for each and every module. And once that each test cases are built, that all the unit testing can be combined and it can be created like a test suite to validate that integrated unit test of that part. For example, module A, module B, and module C all are combined and created like one application. Then, for example, we will develop that unit test cases for module A, module B, and module C. All the unit test cases can be integrated and created like a test suite that can be, which will be something like a, validating or unit testing that particular application with the with the combination of test cases. Yeah, yes, basically that unit test is the one which is used uh, used widely to validate our Python modules, and it comes basically whenever we do the installation of a Python in our system, it gets automatically comes with as a standalone module inside the Python. Yes, over here. This provides something brief introduction about the unit testing with the Python unit test module that here we seen over here. Yeah, I please feel free to have share if any doubts or any clarification required on this. Yeah, please feel free. Yeah. Thank you all. And for example, if suppose all we have, if suppose we everybody come across with different test cases and test something like a different approach. If suppose if anyone wanted to share their test case creations and how it will be like that, if suppose please share that, please feel free to share their experience or their knowledge for the group, please. What is the kind of procedures that you will use for validating uh, your application? something like your development, what will be your approach for validating that your development. Yeah, if please feel free to share your knowledge over here. Yes. And if it is fine, then we can and we have an WhatsApp group to share that, something like uh, the basically sharing that any job openings or any technical articles which you have come across, all those things you can for that we have the WhatsApp group. If suppose if anybody wanted to get added into that, maybe you can share that your mobile number in my private message. Maybe I can help you to add into it. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining, and we shall meet you again in the next upcoming meetups. Yeah.